sometimes I still have moments where I feel like I'm scared that I'm going backwards, right? Because every time a new trigger or a new situation presents itself that I feel a little bit like, okay, I've hit a wall or it just throws me for a loop, I have that fear in the back of my head that, oh my God, am I going backwards? Is all of my progress up to this point for naught? I think that's a very normal fear that a lot of us have, especially if we're actively trying to do our inner work. And I thought that this was a good opportunity when I noticed that happening in my own life, when I noticed myself having that insecure type of thought. It's a good opportunity to remind myself and everyone, all of you watching, that there is no such thing as moving backwards unless you stop trying, essentially. I know that sounds very kumbaya and, oh, okay, toxic positivity or whatever, but no, it's actually true. By the definition of you trying to improve yourself and you trying to get to the next level, that action by definition means that you're moving forward, okay? Even if it may not seem like the actual tangible results in the 3D are reflecting that in this exact moment, the fact that you have the intention aligned with your actions to evolve and move forward, that itself means that you're making progress. So I just want to first put that out there, not only to maybe give you, whoever's watching this, some relief, but also to give myself some reassurance, because I definitely have those moments, especially as I expand my circle and I start to align myself with more successful people, people that are operating on a higher vibration as their normal set point than even myself. Every new person, every new high vibe friend and acquaintance that I make, it's also a challenge for me to expand my container. Am I going to use that interaction as a chance to challenge myself to grow more, or am I going to succumb to the lower base emotions of envy? Or I don't really get envious. I'm more like the avoidant type. Like if I feel intimidated or if I feel like someone is so far ahead of me, I don't feel envious of them necessarily. I don't feel like they're better than me, but there is some form of insecurity that I also go through sometimes, right? And my knee jerk response to that typically tends to be just running away from the situation, you could say, or yeah, like avoiding interaction with this person, or just if I feel like I'm in a fragile mood that day and seeing someone else being so abundant and successful in the way that I feel like I'm not there yet, if I feel that it might trigger me into a bad mood or just feeling funky about myself, my first knee jerk reaction is to kind of try to avoid the situation. And so the first step is to be aware that that's what I'm doing. So I'm happy that I'm self aware to realize that. But the second step is to, challenge myself to not always, of course, self care, um, taking time for yourself, taking a step back to really take stock of what's going on inside you emotionally is good, but then don't stay there permanently, right? That should be like your choice to withdraw some from situations and sit by yourself and reflect in your journal or whatever process that you use to reflect on your own growth. That should be a tool in your larger quest for ascending higher and higher. It should not just be a defense mechanism that you revert to whenever you feel intimidated or insecure or something.